So I'm kind of curious, Mr. Problem. What are you being, whatever, Lee? Kind of curious. I mean, you're a Sith, right? So if you're a Sith, does Siths have Padawans or are they apprentices? Because I'm just curious. And how many Padawans have you had? How many of them have you groomed to be Sith? Because I'm curious in this Star Wars universe thing. I want to know, like, this game, this role play, this Star Wars game. You're a Sith master? Is that what you are? Like, it's like laser tag, I guess, right? You go into this arena and you battle with lightsabers, right? So you're like a baseball coach, but you're like a Sith coach. So who's your Padawan learners? Like, is it or apprentices? I'm sorry, I don't go by the acolyte because I hate the acolyte. But um, is Jack Rabbit your current Padawan learner? And who was your previous one, David or Melinda? How many have there been? And what's your purpose behind it? Are you trying to make them? What's the term? Sith Lords? I've been out of touch with Star Wars lately. I'm sorry because see, when I was a kid, I was heavily into Star Wars when I was a kid. Star Wars was the first movie I saw. One of the first movies I saw. I'm sorry. One of the first movies I saw. I can't remember what the actual first movie was, but I know the first three. I know it was a Godzilla film. I know it was Star Wars. And I know it was Mary Poppins. Those are the three first movies. And when I was a kid in the 80s, we had laser tag, right? And they would have arenas, and you would go in the arenas and you would buy all this cool shit like gear. And I always said, why don't they have that in the 21st century? Why don't they have arenas where you could battle with lightsabers? And it could be like a cool friggin' thing, like with teams. You know how they do that with paintball, right? But like how cool would that be, right? To go into arena and they make money because they have like a thing. Think about that. You could buy like Jedi gear or Sith gear. You could buy lightsabers and stuff, and you could duel, right? And of course, if you win the duel, you get points or whatever, and you can buy more stuff. That would be pretty cool, right? So like they have that now because you have, right? I didn't know, you were a Sith Lord. I would be a Jedi Master because I'm a good person, you know. But I really kind of lost track of how many Padawan apprentices you have, you know. I realized one of them because I really didn't have a problem at all with David, but I just found out today I was blocked and I haven't had a problem with him in years. And I've really never had a problem with him. He had a problem with Dr. Huchat, I think, but um I knew something was up when the person that was posing as Memory, which I still don't know who the fuck that is, and it bothers the fucking shit out of me. But anyway, I hate trolls, okay? But this person took it upon themselves to share some dialogue that he had with you when you were one of your multiple Twitter accounts that you attacked me with. And in that dialogue, you were talking to him about working on David Travels Through Time. And I, one, was not aware that that was happening. Not really sure what you're doing. I mean, I guess you're doing that Star Wars game, right? Because you want them to battle in the arena with you, and then people like I would have a team too, like Jedi, right? Like friendly, not like real good and evil, but like friendly fighting, like sort of like wrestling with the hero and the heel, right? So was that all that fake? Like you were you trying to do like a fake grudge or some shit? I don't know. But anyway, you were working on him, it was just, you know what it was like reading a book. I was like shocked that like you're working so hard with someone, and I'm not really sure what you're doing, and you sort of like created like David was autistic, and you seem to know how to talk to them in a way where they listen to you. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to do, but it seemed like you were trying to overpower him into where you would create enemies for me, but you wouldn't do that. I don't think you would take advantage of people that are autistic. I mean, you wouldn't do that. I mean, we're talking about a Star Wars game, right? Aren't we gonna battle in an arena, right? I'm confused. Like, what are we talking about? You're not still trying to destroy me in the Hoovian community, are you, Lee? I mean, I thought you were past that. Because, I mean, didn't you, like, fire Bad Wolf as a mod for Noel? Because he was talking about gaming? Didn't you go to a whole bunch of people? Because they shared it with me about how you didn't want them to be part of my gaming. Because I was thinking about doing, like, a podcast back then with gaming, and like have someone that's a gaming advisor and all this stuff, and you were talking to all these people that they showed me that you didn't want them to do stuff with me, which is odd because it really has nothing to do with Doctor Who. I mean, you would think that you're a control freak if you did that, but I did see these posts, and I was, you know, very interested, and I seem to recall also that Noel came down hard on one of your Padawan learners, and she was upset, and she was talking to me, and then I was talking to you, and you were in shock that I had friends with your Padawans. I'm kind of losing track of what we're talking about. I mean, this isn't real, right? Like, you're not really, like, no one knows what you're doing, right? Like, you're not really trying to destroy me, right? Like, I mean, because why would you want to do that, really? I mean, no one knows about your phony Twitter accounts, right, Lee? Like, he knows when you were fighting me back in the day, right? Like, did you tell him all the accounts you had? And he does know, he has to, right? Because he didn't give a shit, or maybe he doesn't know. I'm just curious. I want to know, like, does he know? what you've done to me? I don't. Does he know that you contacted SenSphere and gave them an ultimatum that you wouldn't watch their show or you wouldn't be a part of their show or give them the view or the subscribe if I ever appeared again on a Doctor Who podcast? Does no one know that? Does no one know that you were like a negative PR person for me? But that was a joke, wasn't it? That wasn't real, right? You just joke. Of course not. You wouldn't be capable of trying to like get busy with me 24/7 and try to hurt me behind the scenes, right? Because Noel said like how you're so busy and you're so important and you're doing all these wonderful things and you're fighting for like I'm sorry, I really don't know what you're fighting for. I'm sorry. I apologize. I can't even make it up. I don't know and I won't make it up because I don't know what you're fighting for. So God bless you, man. Yeah, man, whatever you're fighting for, fucking A, man. God bless you, man. You're doing something I don't know what you're doing, but I really hope that because again, it's interesting to me that you've done all this stuff to me and I really didn't get busy with you, did I? Hmm, interesting. I wonder what would happen, just hypothetically speaking, if you pissed me off. I really wonder, like, cause me and Noel like feuding. That's on him, and you're like the fucking leftover, right? You're like the secondary. So you know, but I mean, you're like Starscream to fucking Megatron. You're screaming and shit and trying to take over the Decepticons, and you fucking take over maybe once when fucking Megatron like was stuck somewhere, and then he came back and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Right? You're fucking Starscream, right? Yeah, you're fucking Starscream. Shit. And you're a Sith Lord? When did you? Who trained you with the lightsaber? Is it a red lightsaber? You know what? I'm like actually serious because I think that would be fun if you and I dueled with a lightsaber. I'm not. No, I'm just a lightsaber, like a fun thing, right? In an arena. That would be cool. I didn't know they have that in the UK. Why don't they have that here? Maybe they do. Maybe I don't know. But I do hope, though, if we do battle in the arena with lightsabers, you know it's for fun and it's a joke, right? Like, like, you're not really, like, trying to destroy my life. Like, really, right? Like, you're not really, like, trying to do stuff behind the scenes to kind of destroy everything, right? I mean, people, I've heard something that you were flagging my gaming streams, but I kind of don't really want to believe that, especially flagging my donut lessons. In fact, if I was away from Doctor Who, which I was, and I went into gaming heavy, why would you want to get my attention to bring me back to battle you? I don't think that would make sense, right? I don't know. None of this video doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense really is I think they need to build arenas everywhere, and so we could fight with lightsabers. That'd be pretty cool, man. I think so. Take care, bye for now.